All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX, 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Ford Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome to MSU Inside Out. Oh, are we a busy news day today?
We're bringing in Hugh Hefner's body, and we're going to see if it's actually true that after you die, Mr. Happy What?
Rick Petito is going to be here a little later. We'll ask him what's going on and see how much money he got out of Coca-Cola.
I'm wearing a brand new pair of Adidas, and one of your sponsors is Equifax.
Oh, it's a big show.
No Equifax, no Adidas. We can't just say whatever we want on this is public access. You know, we don't.
What?
What? You know what? I'm going to interview you guys later, right?
Yeah.
And we've been looking all over. I come to find you hosting my show.
I'm getting a call right now.
This is not our show? You're the host?
I am the host, unfortunately. I mean,
yeah.
We've been doing this for years.
His name's Matt.
Years.
He says his name's Matt.
Matt, yep.
Huffman.
Just have him call my agent here.
Yeah.
I'll write the number down.
Get security down here.
Right.
All right.
Do they have security? Bring in some of the Hoosfest security and get rid of Matt.
That's quite a trek.
We don't know who he is.
He's got to be aligned with some sort of terrorist organization.
Go ahead and throw it to Nolan while we sort this out.
Because
Who?
he just jumped into
Who?
our scene.
Or Nolan, Leanne, excuse me, Nolan.
All right, thanks, guys. Right now I'm standing here on the Cheyenne mezzanine, hoping I'm saying that right. You just give me a lesson on how to talk about that. With Leanne Mellon, Marketing Director of the Norsk Høstfest. Leanne, day number 2 here at the Høstfest. Just tell me a little bit about how the first day went and how today's going for you guys.
Well, today went very well. It's actually, we are leading into Jeff Dunham happening tonight, and it's going to be a sold-out show. It's going to be incredibly powerful entertainment that we are going to be having here, and we're just very excited we were able to bring Jeff Dunham into the facility. Day 1, we had Celtic Thunder and the Oak Ridge Boys kick off the fest. It's our 40th year. And it was absolutely wonderful to bring the Oaks back. They have been with us for many years on the side stage entertainment. This year we brought him in on the Great Hall stage, and it was a great way to kick off the festival.
Okay, and before we get talking about some of the other things coming up, I'm just going to ask you to tell me a little bit about your duties day to day, and even before the Høstfest starts, just kind of what you do.
Well, this is a full year-round event. As soon as this one gets done on Saturday, we sit there and we start planning the next one for 2018. So mainly it starts, of course, with everyone's favorite thing, entertainment. We sit down and we try to book entertainment, which is sometimes easier said than done, especially when you have a 5,000-seat arena that we have. So you can't get some of the really big names in because they will only play 17,000 or more seating. So that becomes a little bit of challenging to find out who's the best acts, what is our market, how do we get them on. Now, after we get the great hall booked, then is all the various side stage entertainment that we have to do, which is more than 40 entertainers that we have to book on that, and then all the scheduling. Then it comes the marketing, trying to get the tour buses in, trying to get the volunteers, because volunteers are the only thing that make HussFest work. They are absolutely phenomenal. We have over 4,000 volunteers that put this event on versus only 6 paid employees.
So you guys stay busy year-round, it sounds like, and very, very busy through the few days that HussFest is going on. Now, when you guys are looking for entertainment, is there like a certain demographic you guys try to key in, or are you trying to open it up to all ages?
All ages, definitely. Usually our 1 o'clock shows are more geared towards tour groups and retirees, basically people who can usually have the day off at 1 o'clock. Our night shows are geared a little bit more younger, and then our Saturday night concert, we really geared towards a younger audience. We have a pit that we set up, so we have standing room only. That sells out every year, so I always suggest don't delay if you want to go to the Saturday night show and want to stand. Definitely get those tickets always booked early because the pit sells out. But usually it's a very good young show at that time.
All right, and just before we start wrapping things up here, I just want to ask you a little bit about what your favorite part of the HussFest is.
The food. I'm not going to lie. It is great food here, from the bread pudding to the rummergraut. Spud hogs, if you've never had a spud hog before, it's great. All it is a beautiful potato that has a Cloverdale brat that is actually drilled into the potato. And then they top it off with all these toppings, including sauerkraut. It is amazing.
That sounds good, and I want to thank you for joining me here. We're running out of time. If you got a chance to, come check out the HussFest. It goes on for a few more days still. All sorts of things to do, as Leanne was telling us about. But now I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the studio. That is if you're prepared and ready to go.
All right, everything is straightened out. The agents have been talked to. We've come to a very firm resolution that we're going to do an interview.
We had our people talk to your people.
We did.
Apparently you are legitimate.
I am legitimate.
So go ahead and take over the show.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I watched your guys' show yesterday. Came, enjoyed the show.
Thank you.
But you guys said that you were together for 49 years. So
Yes.
You go back, I mean, almost double my age.
Yes. More than double.
So what, can you tell the viewers at home a little bit of the story that kind of brought you guys together?
Well, first of all, we know that you're no mathematician.
That's right.
Because you said it's almost double, and it really is
not even
past
close.
double. It's
It's not
almost
even
triple.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you guys have it.
But we're all right with that because you ask a legitimate question, and so my phone is buzzing in my pocket. I kind of enjoy that.
Well, that's because I'm calling you. I'm calling you right now, saying, "Get over here."
49 years ago, of course, you know there were no telephones. There were there were not
cell phones.
There were not even telephones.
So was it the carrier pigeon method then?
Exactly.
Yes, it was.
Exactly. And I was in South Dakota and lived in Pierre, and he lived in Idaho. Yes, the capital of South Dakota. Yes. Lemon. Oh
Lemon.
My God.
With 2 M's.
Let's hold hands and pray.
Yes.
He's from Lemon.
Very sorry. Last time, continue your story.
It was destroyed in Hurricane Irma. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were talking about carrier pigeons and how you guys got together.
Yes, that's how. There was no phones in that day, and when we graduated from high school in 1968, and we met at the college in Spearfish, and it's a teacher's college, which I didn't know. I was just going to get out of the draft, and so we didn't become teachers, thank God. Or
we'd be in prison now.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, considering some of the content, but what if you guys were teachers? What would you want to teach? What subject? We're playing the what if game now.
Yoga. Yes.
You strike me as a very namaste type individual.
I would teach a class of yoga.
He's namanasty. No, He's bad. That would be a bad combination.
Make everyone stretch.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Classic yoga. Would you rock the yoga pants though?
Absolutely.
He would.
Wired equipment. The yoga pants.
He'd be like the gassiest yoga coach ever.
I would have to wear those socks. What are those socks?
Compression socks.
I'd have to wear compression.
All the way up, like a compression body sock.
Let me talk to my people. I'll write it down. We'll see what we can do.
Very
Get
good.
you a yoga class here on campus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd love that.
Okay.
Love
and
that.
then what's
I would be teaching theater and English, but theater mainly. Theater and maybe broadcasting.
Is this where you guys would sneak in like the screenplay of your guys' life?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
The tale of
He
words
actually
and
was an actor in college, and he had all the lead roles.
But I couldn't figure out if I was a teacher how I could cast myself in all the lead roles and still give the students a chance.
I mean, I figured you would just cast someone like A-list like Brad Pitt, Tom Hardy to play the role of yourself, but maybe get him to
That's not a bad idea.
He is Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's that good.
I'm his brother Arm.
Armpit.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys they got you working a lot over at Who's Size. You guys do the 2:15 show and then you do the 7 show.
Yes.
2 shows a day, and there are so many entertainers these days, and I'm not putting down the young people, but there are so many young acts that cannot do 2 shows. And we did as many as 8 shows a night back in the day.
In the snow, up the hill both ways, right?
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And we walked to the venue.
Walked to the venue carrying
There were
our
no
instruments.
buses. There were no buses when
I
we
had our
started.
amps.
You didn't have the carrier pigeons take you to the venues?
No, they couldn't lift me. I was heavy.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm growing a beard because I'm going to be in the new season of Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
I'm going to be playing Khaleesi's uncle, Billy Bob Targaryen.
Billy Bob Targaryen. Well, look forward to Billy Bob Targaryen on the next season of Game of Thrones, but we're going to have to go ahead and cut you guys off.
I've never seen the Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Well, your partner's going to be on it next season. You better catch up.
It just doesn't interest me, and I'd rather watch the Irish guy, Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's a much better show.
Mm-hmm.
He gets all the women.
You know, a porta potty at the Olympics would be a throne of games.
And on that note, we're going to our underwriters. Thank you, Williams and Ree, for the throne of games.
Thank you, Matt.
And coming on the show and enjoying time with us.
From Lemon.
Are you really from Lemon?
I am really from Lemon.
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to have coming up Tim Jorgensen with some more sports, upcoming games in volleyball, and the weather and campus events.
I got the weather right here.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. That was quite the interview and quite the guest that's happening, but we're gonna go ahead. I actually had a chance to go to Host Fest a little earlier today, so we're gonna show a little package of when I snuck into the Viking Village undercover. Armed with only a shield, axe, and chainmail, I ventured into the North Dakota Host Fest Vikings Village to interview with Tim Jorgensen. I'm joined by the director of the Viking Village, Tim Jorgensen, on a beautiful sunny day here at Host Fest 2017. So how are you doing today, Tim?
Great, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I hear you've done a few interviews already today, so I'll let you lead off. What would you first like to say? We're gonna do it backwards this time.
Well, every year we put a big group of Vikings together over here to fill the Viking Village and outside here on the Nordic Greens. And of course, the battle demonstration and the Swedish wrestlers with Telgoglima are a huge hit. So we do that every year. But I also like to bring some fresh faces to see how they like Minot and how Minot likes them. And so we've got at least 20 new faces of around 80 Vikings this year that are their first time here demonstrating their crafts in the village.
Is there a city ordinance on the amount of Vikings we can have, or are we still within limits? Do we know?
Boy, no red flags yet on that.
No red flags? No. All right, that's good. I don't want to get the city down on our heads. But so you have a lot of stuff going on just like in the village behind us alone, but what are some of the big events that you guys are kind of showcasing here at the village it's proper?
Well, once you come into the Viking Village, you'll notice you're in a community of artisans, craftsmen, performers, and there's a lot of detail work, and I think that gets overlooked a lot. The silversmiths are spectacular. We brought one in from Dublin this year that's casting his own work, and a huge group from Appalachia doing leather work and pottery. But then out here on the grounds on the Nordic Greens, we've got a open fire cooking demonstration going on behind us here, and they're adjacent to the battlefield, which is adjacent to the blacksmith and the archery range.
Okay.
So there's plenty outside out here on the grounds. The battles are at 11, 2, and 4, and the Swedish wrestlers are 11, 2, and 4, and then just after them at 11:30, 2:30, and 4:30 are the battles. So they're back to back. You can sit out here on the bleachers.
Is that more reenactment, or is it kind of a free-for-all, winner-take-all? Is there a certain...
There's a historical basis to each of them, and the performers will tell you what they are. For example, the Swedish wrestlers from Telgoglima will tell you they combine history with bruises, and that is a very accurate description. What they'll show you goes from the Viking Age through medieval Scandinavia and even up into the immigration period. They'll let you know that which game is what. And then the battle reenactment have a variety of sources to go on, from the sagas as well as weapons findings to describe which weapon was used to do what. So there's a good educational opponent to all this bashing that's going on out here.
Absolutely. And with the show, the History Channel of the Vikings, and like kind of the saga of Ragnar and all of them, the bit more popular ones, is that kind of the ones you guys explore, or is it a little more not as mainstream for all of them?
Well, I think all of us tune in once in a while to the Vikings show, but the big thing we're watching now is the Norseman series. I think that's 6 episodes produced in Norway there, and we just get a kick out of that.
Oh yeah, I've watched a couple episodes, but yeah, it's a great show. So, anything else you'd like to add, essentially?
Well, you can't come out here one year and expect that you've seen it all, because it will change year after year. I make sure there's a degree of turnover, but we're trying to keep a good balance of historical demonstrations as well as merchants in the village, so that the public can come out with some knowledge as well as a nice trinket to take home.
Absolutely. Once again, this is Tim Jorgensen. He's director of the Viking Village. That's
director, coordinator, grand poobah.
There you go.
Whatever you want to. Yeah.
The high one here at the Viking Village, and I'm Matt Huffman, going back to KMSU. Fun fact,
Be sure
if
to
you
check
have
out
access
North's
to a
host.
Viking round shield readily available. It makes a great wind block for your microphone. But insider trading aside, Blake, I understand, has a little bit of sports, going to jump in with some hockey, and I think Nolan kind of worked with you as well on this week for sports.
Yeah, the Beavers are in Jamestown for a home and home. They're in Jamestown tonight, then back at home tomorrow night. Minot State Beavers hockey team hits the road for the first time this season. The Beavers travel to Jamestown for the first game of a home and home series against the Jimmies. Nolan Axon is standing by with more.
All right, thank you, Blake. I'm standing by now with Dylan Johnson, defenseman for the Minot State University Beavers hockey team. And to start things off here, I'm not going to talk about this season, even though you did start 2-0 with a couple of wins. I'm going to get you to look back at last season for me. Kind of a tough way to end it, losing in the semifinals at Nationals to Central Oklahoma after being ranked #1. What was kind of the feeling in the locker room after that?
Yeah, you know, everyone was feeling down. Going in as #1, we had high expectations for us. And to have a bad start to the third period that pretty much cost us the tournament and a chance to shoot for the national finals, it sucked, and everyone was feeling down, and yeah.
All right, so that season's come and gone already, but through the offseason, did you guys pick up a lot of new players from the ones that you lost last year?
Yeah, well, we only lost about 4 or 5 players last year, so there wasn't many players to come in. I think we had about 6 recruits this year, and so far, seeing what they can bring, they have a lot of talent that they can bring, and so hopefully they'll be able to bring us some offense.
All right, and only losing that many players, it kind of brings a lot of experience back in the locker room. How's that going to help into this year for you guys?
Yeah, for sure, especially because we have 11 seniors this year, I think, so next year we're going to be losing a lot, but yeah, more than half our team is going to have that experience of going into nationals and what it feels like to lose at that stage and how far we got and the expectations we did have. So I think everyone's more fired up for this year to get to at least the finals.
All right, and now back to this year again here. You started off quite well, a couple of wins against Oklahoma. What did those games show you as how the team's going to be this year?
Yeah, well, it showed me that we might not be able to put up as many goals per game as we did last year, but for me, I feel like we controlled the game more than we used to. Obviously, we outshot them again like we did in the past, but we just outplayed them every period of every game, and like the shots were in the 2 games combined, we had over 100 and they had less than 40, so that's a huge margin, and we're just going to outshoot teams, outplay teams, and work our butts off.
All right, and from those games, from what you saw, what's going to be the biggest difference between last year's team, which was a very offensive squad, as opposed to this year's team?
Yeah, well, last year we had kind of like maybe a couple 25, 30 goal scorers. This year we might not get that, but I think we have more 15 to 20 goal scorers, so our offense is more well-rounded, if you might say. So I think we have more depth this year. But yeah, in our defense, they have another year of experience. Like, we only lost Zerny on the back point last year, so I think this year we're gonna have a strong D-core again, and goalies too. Another year experience for them is gonna come a long way.
All right, and now today you guys hit the road. You head to Jamestown, which is kind of a new opponent for you guys. The second year for them being a team. What's kind of a mindset for you guys going into the contest tonight?
We're gonna get their best effort. Last year we played them 8 times. We beat them 7, but that doesn't show what kind of games they were. Like, I think 4 of the 7 wins that we had were only 1-goal games, and the 2 were 2-goal games. So, they play us tough every game, and we're just going to have to go in there and play our best game, or else they're going to give it to us.
All right, and so you're there tonight, puck drop at 7:30, I'm assuming, and then you're back home tomorrow night at the Mesa. So I'm going to say good luck to you, and thank you for joining me again. This is Dylan Johnson of the Minot State University Beavers hockey team. Good luck to you, and I'll throw it back to you now, Blake.
The Beavers took care of the Jimmies in 7 of 8 meetings last year, but it was not an easy task for the Beavers. 5 of their 7 wins were decided by a single goal. The Beavers return home tomorrow night for Game 2 of the series, puck drop at 7:30 at the Pepsi rink. The MSU volleyball team is still searching for their first conference win on the season. The Beavers fell twice in straight sets to Northern Sun powerhouses Concordia St. Paul and Minnesota State Mankato this past weekend. The 2 losses pushed the Beavers back to 3-10 overall in the season. They return to the Dome tomorrow night against Upper Iowa. The Minot State Beavers football team's first win could be a big one. The Beavers travel to Bismarck to face an 0-4 U Mary squad in the 2017 Battle of the Big Lake. Kickoff is at 7:30. They're searching for the third straight Battle of the Lake. So it's a good bright spot for the Beavers going into this weekend with an 0-3 record. They're still looking for the first win of the season.
I mean, and you gotta understand, like when there's the rivalry match, you know, the tensions are a lot higher. You know, UMary doesn't have the best record either. Yep. So I'm looking forward to a good game down at the Battle of the Lakes.
It'd be nice for them to get their first win of the season against a special rivalry. Yeah.
So still to come up, we have Dalen's interview, also campus events, the weather, and a little bit of wrap up.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Artmain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, everyone's welcome and is our special guest, located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Ford Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
He's a student manager involved with all things KMSU. Joining us now is Leif Bakken. Leif, thanks for being here with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Dalen. Appreciate it.
Now, I hear you're also involved with Knotstock as well.
Yeah, we're doing Knotstock again this year. Last year we kind of got involved by doing a tongue twister event because diction and speaking clearly and everything is very important in broadcasting. So in order to get all that right, you do some tongue twisters in a few classes, and you're supposed to warm your voice up and do all these things. And so we like to bring the fun to Knotstock and talk about doing those things, and we do it with some fun tongue twisters, and it really helps, again, open up your mouth and do all these things that you need to do. So that's our main purpose at Knotstock.
Now, Leif, along with the tongue twisters, what else do you guys do at Knotstock specifically?
Well, that's mostly it. We help up with setting up sound and doing some other things with some of the DJs and stuff, but definitely encourage everybody to go over there and support the art department and all the screen printing things, and that's all fun. It's all fun, and so there's not a lot else we do, but just being involved over there and encouraging people to go to Knotstock is huge for them.
Now, where is the setup location for Knotstock exactly?
Knotstock's in the Beaver Dam over in the Student Center, and so they set up their tables there. We set up ours, and we've got the kind of the stage area to work with. So really nice space to work with, and it works really well over there. And they do a really good job having everything set up and ready to go for everybody who comes through.
Leif, how long have you been involved with Knotstock?
Knotstock we've been doing for sure for the last, so this will be my second year involved. We usually do a little bit of something every once in a while, but now that's my senior year, we've only been doing it about 2 years with Knotstock. So.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Leaf?
Well, you know, I just really encourage everybody to come out and take in the activities. It's lots of fun, and people like getting involved. And if you like being involved in that, consider some of the clubs to help with that, and consider being part of the broadcasting to help out with it as well.
So if you guys can, try to get out to Knotstock. Thank you for being here, Leaf. We definitely
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to talk about some campus events going on. All right, so Thursday, September 28th through Saturday, September 30th at the North Dakota State Fair, the Viking Village opens from 10 to 6, as well as Great Hall concerts from 1 and 7:30 as well. Going on is Knotstock from October 4th to Saturday, October 7th at Minot State University. The artist reception is Wednesday, October 4th at 6:30. At the Craft Stock Thursday, October 5th through Saturday, October 6th from 9 to 4, with the Poetry Slam on the October 5th, with Knotstock reception at 62 Doors on Saturday, October 7th at 7. And now, Matt, I hear you've got some weather for us.
I do. A little rapid fire weather action. Looking at our forecast, we have a high of 66 and a low of 49 on Friday, mostly sunny. Saturday, we have a high of 71 and a low of 53, partly cloudy. And Sunday, we're going to see some of those scattered showers with a high of 62 and a low of 46. Weather looks a little better this weekend, but not that much better. But we're going to have to go ahead and say thank you for everybody. Thank you again. Promote Knotstock this week. You know, everybody come out and enjoy us. Thanks again to all our interviewees, but that's all this week for MSU Inside Out. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.